chill. I don't like to be standing, so
Go ahead.
you know.
Here we live. Cool. Nobody hopped on yet. Hello, Gina. How you doing?
What's going on, Gina? What's going on?
Gina O'Brien. Gracie Williams, welcome.
Welcome to Gracie. Welcome. Welcome to Digital Talk Tuesdays, where tonight we're going to talk about the process we use to generate 1,928 leads for one of our clients online. I'm actually going to share the process tonight on this live stream. So if you know any other entrepreneurs, you know any other business owners that can utilize this information in terms of massively growing their business online over these next coming months, feel free to share this live around with anyone else you feel could benefit. You're also going to see that it's a link up in this post as well for this live stream. And that's pretty much a case study that me and my guy Antonio Millhouse actually put together, where we share how we generated many of our clients 15 to 30 qualified leads a day, on side of even growing their social presence, that actually converted over to paying customers and clients online. So in conclusion of this training on this live stream, feel free to check out that case study as well. It's up in the post. Who all do we have hopping on?
We got Sir Charles Mora. I hope I pronounced it right. Nana Ventures just tuned in. Gracie.
Welcome.
Gracie said hi, sir.
How you doing, Gracie? How you doing? Great Tuesday to you. Great Tuesday to you. So yeah, we're gonna get this going in the next couple of moments or so. And like I said, on this live tonight, we're going to be talking about the process we use to generate 1,928 leads for one of our clients online that actually converted over to many customers for this particular business owner as well. And this actually was over a 7-month span as well. All right, so we're going to dive into the actual process. I'm going to share how we've been able to do that. And we're going to go from there. And for any of you all that want to see the actual proof and the results, like I say, it's a link up in the post of this live stream with a case study where we go a whole lot more in detail on what I'm going to share on this live stream today. And not only that, you get to see the actual results and the proof and all that type of stuff. So we're going to dive in just a second.
Charlotte said hey.
What's going on, Charlotte? What's going on? So like I said, if you all know any other entrepreneurs or business owners as well who can utilize this information, feel free to share it around with them because I'm about to ready to dive in just a second. So you might want to go on and share it around because I may leave the live stream up on the page, may not, who knows. So you definitely want to share it around. And for all of y'all that's hopping on, definitely welcome to Digital Talk Tuesdays. I'm Gerald Bass, creator and founder of The Rise of the 1%, signing on tonight here in Atlanta, Georgia. And I'm extremely excited to be able to share this information this evening because I've actually been in our ad account this evening looking at some of our clients' ads that we've been running for a while now. And I just noticed that for one of our clients, we've generated them over 1,928 leads in 7 months of actually running their ads online. And we're going to talk about that process on this live stream on how we was able to do that. And by the way, this particular business owner is actually in the travel industry. And we're still running ads for them right now. Matter of fact, we just launched the new ads today because we know that travel, of course, is picking back up. So, with that being said, let's dive into it. So, once again, you all welcome to Digital Talk Tuesdays. We're here each and every Tuesday around 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And pretty much tonight on this Digital Talk Tuesday, I'm actually going to be sharing with you all the process we use to generate 1,928 leads for one of our clients online, on the internet, okay? And like I said, this particular client was actually in the travel industry, but we've done advertising for a lot of different brands and businesses in a lot of different spaces, okay? But we're gonna talk about this one specific client tonight, and hopefully you can get something out of it for your particular business, right? And for any of you all that wanna dive deeper on this subject and see the results and the proof and all that type of stuff, we have a link up in the post to a case study me and my guy Antonio Millhouse created, where we share how to grow your social presence and generate 15 to 30 qualified leads a day that convert over to paying customers and clients online, right? So you definitely can check out that case study in conclusion of this training. So with that said, let's talk about this process. So what's the first thing we did in terms of the process to be able to generate 1,928 leads for one of our clients? The first thing, step number one, is market research, right? Market research. So we had to know our clients' ideal customers in terms of who they were looking to attract for their particular business. Now, there's a lot of ways you can do market research right here on Facebook, right? For one, for travel, you can find travel communities. So you think about your specific business model and what Facebook groups or communities your ideal customers that you may be looking to attract is hanging out at. And you can actually join those communities. And when you join those communities, of course, it's going to be people in those communities who you are looking to be your ideal customers and clients that you're looking to attract for your business. Now, one thing you can do over going into the groups and communities and, spamming, which is what a lot of people do, they go into the groups and start spamming their product and service, attempting to promote. What you do is, for one, you come into the group and you add value, right? That's one of the things you want to do, add value to the group, right? Drop different tips in there, share valuable information for the group. Don't go in there spamming. Another thing as well, if you see people, of course, posting in the Facebook group, you can engage with their posts. If they ask a question and you feel you maybe can answer, engage on their posts. Help them with questions that they may be asking, right? Or just engage on posts, period, that's in that particular Facebook group, right? That resonate with you, that you want to chime in on the conversation so that people actually know you're in the group. Now, another thing as well is those people that are in the group, if they're your ideal customers and clients that you're potentially looking to attract, you could go over to their profile, right? You could go over to their profile, and it's a bunch of information on their profile. What's on their profile? For one, you'll know in this group if it's majority men, majority women, or it's both, right? Another thing as well, you'll be able to know their birth date, so it'll start to tell you the age range of these people in this particular group. Also, it will tell you where they're from, where they may be currently living at, where they went to high school, if they went to high school and finished, right? Or if they went on to college, grad school, etc. A lot of times this is on people's profiles on Facebook. Not only that, it'll tell a lot of times if they're single, they're in a relationship, they're married, they're divorced. That'll be all right up there in the About Me section. Okay, not only that, you can also, on the Facebook page, go and find out a lot of their interests, right? What are some of the movies that they watch? What are some of the magazines that they read? Where do they get their news from? Right? What Facebook pages do they like on Facebook? Right? What pages do they like? What pages are they following? This will help you with determining the interests. Right? So that's one way in terms of doing market research. Now, how you can go a little bit more further than that is it's a tool that I've shared on last week's live stream. This is basically almost literally part 2 of last week. It's a tool called Audience Insights. That's your best friend if you really want to crush it in terms of being able to hit these type of numbers online in terms of 1,928 leads. Audience Insights becomes your best friend. So as you're gathering this data and this information on your ideal customers and clients by doing a little spying in the Facebook groups, right? Now you can take some of this data, you can plug it into Audience Insights. What do I mean by that? Well, you can actually plug in the geographical location of where a lot of these people are in these Facebook groups where your ideal customers and clients are hanging out at. You can actually plug in the age range that you discovered by going through many of their profiles. You can plug in the gender, whether it's male, female, whether it's both, right? You can also plug in as well one of their interests, just one of their interests, right? One of their interests. And what Audience Insights is then going to tell you is it's going to tell you, based off of what you plugged in, if you was to run ads, okay, what's the percentages in terms of the age range that you plug in that's actually active on Facebook, right? If you was to run ads to this particular audience. It's also going to tell you the percentage of people within this audience that you just plugged into Audience Insights, how many of them are actually single that's on Facebook active. It's going to actually tell you as well that how many married, divorced. It's going to tell you the percentages, right? It's going to tell you the education level, high school, college, grad school, etc. It's going to tell you the percentage. It's going to tell you as well a lot of their job descriptions, right? Within this audience that you plugged in, different percentages of job descriptions of these people as well, which is you also can see that on their Facebook profile as well. But Audience Insights is going to give you the large percentages of this particular audience you just plugged in to the Audience Insights tool. It's also going to tell you as well other Facebook pages that this particular audience you just plugged in may be following on Facebook. So this helps you with basically knowing what other pages you may can target when it comes to setting up advertisement campaigns, right? It's going to tell you as well with this particular audience how likely they are to like your page if you was to run ads, how likely they are to like your post if you was to run ads, how likely they are to comment on the post, share the post, right? How likely they are to redeem a promotion, how likely they are to be on desktop and mobile, how likely they are to be on Android, how likely they are to be on the iPhone, how likely they are to be on the iPad. Another thing as well in Audience Insights is they also share the percentages in terms of this audience that you plugged in. It shows the percentages of where they are throughout whatever country that you may be targeting, etc. Right? It gets very specific in terms of, let's say, United States, the different cities and states that this particular audience will be in. It gets very specific on the percentages to help you with narrowing down your targeting as well. Okay, so all this is a part of market research. There's a lot of other things you can do in terms of market research. If you know the books that your particular ideal customers or clients may be reading, of course you could go over to Amazon.com, pull up those books right over there. And a lot of times when you do that as well, Amazon will also recommend you other books that people have bought that have bought the books that you actually plugged into Amazon, so that'll help you out as well. So like I said, it's a lot of different ways to do market research, but that is the first thing. You have to do market research, right? And that's what we did for our client that we generated 1,928 leads for within 7 months in the travel industry is we did heavy market research. The second thing is you have to create a lead gen system, right? That's the second thing, a lead gen system. So I talk about this all the time, how there's a lot of people, they want to send traffic over to what I call a conventional website, right? With all this information on it, all these different call to actions on it, all these distractions on it. So the thing that we did for our client that we generated 1,928 leads for in 7 months that converted over to tons of customers and revenue for their business as well is we created a lead gen system. On the top of the lead gen system is a opt-in page with some type of valuable offer. So for our client, their offer is a value video. Okay? You may be saying, what is a value video? A value video is basically a video that addresses the pains, problems, and frustrations of the particular market that you are targeting, talks a little bit about the solution, shows some testimonials and some reviews of your particular product, service, etc., And then at the end of the video, giving those that watch the video an invitation if they want to basically work with you further or talk to you about your particular product or service, for them to go over, schedule a call to speak with you on your calendar around your availability and their availability, and then fill out a short survey of questions that pre-qualify them as a serious potential buyer of what you're offering. So that way you're not getting on the phone with what we call tire kickers, right? You're only getting on the phone with people that are qualified. Okay, so it's one thing to generate 1,928 leads, but for us to get to this, we have to be generating leads as well and calls as well that convert over to paying customers so that he can continue advertising this particular business owner, right? So you want to keep that in mind. So you have to have a lead gen system, right? Customer acquisition system. Is this making sense so far? If this is making sense, let me see you all drop some ones in the comments. Does anybody have any questions so far? Is this making sense so far? Drop ones in the comment section if you're getting any type of value thus far from the first two things that I've talked about in terms of the process we use to generate 1,928 leads from one of our clients in the travel industry online, right? But this can apply to a lot of different business models, right? Because we've used it in different industries, not just travel, okay? But of course it depends on the type of business you have and what's your objective and your goals. Is this making sense though?
Charlotte dropped the ones in the group.
Absolutely.
Kevin Goff dropped the ones in the group. I did.
There it is then. There it is.
Well, yeah, we had
That's
some
my
good people
rise
hop
of the
on.
1%ers there.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Great stuff. Okay.
Midra said, "Good evening, everyone."
Good evening, good evening. So you want to have a lead gen system, right? You want to have a lead gen system. You don't want to launch any ad campaigns online, even in your bio on Instagram, right? You need to have a link to a lead generation system, right? That's what you want to have. And like I said, on the top of the lead gen system is just a simple opt-in page with some type of compelling headline based off of your offer, right? So if it's a value video, some type of compelling headline around that, they opt in, name and email, and then they go over, let's say they watch the video. That's what they did with him. At the end of the video, schedule a call, fill out a short survey of questions. And the thing about a lead gen system as well, you're building the email list at the same time, okay? That is very key online. Your biggest asset outside of your own personal website and your lead gen system online is your email list, okay? Because we don't own Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, TikTok, right? We don't own any of these platforms, okay? So with that being said, your asset is your system, your website, and your email list.
Charlotte asked for coaches and consultants too, right?
Absolutely, this works for coaches and consultants. Absolutely. This is the exact process we used when we built our systems and ran ads for coaches and consultants. The same process. Absolutely, it definitely works. Right? So that's why I say you got to have a lead gen system and a customer acquisition system. Make sure you have that in place. All right? So, the next thing as well is you got to build an audience. Okay, that's number 3. You have to build an audience. You have to grow your social presence. That's what we did for this gentleman, for his particular travel business, is we built him an audience. All right? So, it's a lot of different ways you can build an audience. All right, you can build it organically, which at times takes a little time to do it, or you can invest and grow it a whole lot faster. This gentleman invested, all right? And what we did was we set up what we call Facebook like ad campaigns, right? Where we basically ran campaigns to his particular target market on Facebook to get them to come over and like his page, okay? And we literally have grew his Facebook business page in the last 7 months to over 7,000 followers on his Facebook business page. It's documented, right? Over 7,000. Okay, so he's averaging about 1,000 new people following his Facebook business page every single month, right, through Facebook. Now, of course, Instagram is a little different in terms of paying over there. Of course, you can pay for shout outs. You can get into the different campaign giveaways if you have a budget for that. Okay, so there's a lot of different ways to grow on Instagram from a paid standpoint over just organically as well, right? So that's what I want to share. But we're not going to go into a lot of organic stuff tonight. We're going to talk more about how you rapidly grow on the internet. Okay, so that's what we did. We built them an audience, specifically on Facebook, right? And that is very, very, very key. Okay, that's very, very key to build an audience on Facebook if you're going to be running Facebook ads, and even on Instagram, right? You're going to be running Instagram ads. You need to grow a following over there as well. Okay, but the thing about it is with Facebook and Instagram, with both, once you grow up your audience, right, this warm audience of people that have liked your page or followed your Instagram page, that have an interest in what you're sharing on your page, guess what? You can target them with ads. Okay? That's why you have to build your audience. You can target them with ads. So now anytime we launch any new ad campaigns for our client that we brought this amount of leads and tons of customers over the last 7 months, okay, we just simply launch the campaign first to his warm market. That's all we have to do. We test the ads with his warm market. He has over 7,000 targeted followers right now, still growing, by the way, on his Facebook business page. So anytime we launch a new ad campaign, we launch it to his warm market first. We test it with them before we go into cold market, right? So now we don't have to spend a whole lot of money in terms of the budget, okay? Because this is a warm audience, right? That's why you have to build an audience. And like I said, you also can target them with ads as well as you build an audience. Or you can retarget them with other offers in the future. Okay, so you have to build up an audience. Plus, you just want to have that social presence. You have credibility, you have authority when you have a following, right? People respect you more when they see you have that following, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, subscribers, etc. Right? So you definitely want to be building up your audience. Let me get a sip of water. So yeah, making sense, y'all. Is it making sense? All right. Making sense.
No comments besides my answer.
All right. So number 4 is you want to create massive engagement. This is when you launch ads. Right? So this is what we did for him. Because when we launched his ads, we created a massive amount of engagement. Right? And one of the ways that we did that, like I said, was by building up his audience, his warm audience. So we built up a lot of social proof on his ads of like, comments, and shares. People follow what other people do. So once you build up a lot of engagement, okay, you have, more people clicking on the ad, more people going over to your offer on your opt-in page, opting in, becoming leads, consuming your content, being in this situation, consuming this content. That's what they was doing. And then, like I say, they scheduled a call, fill out a survey, being then serious about potentially becoming a customer of his. Right? So you're going to create massive engagement on your advertisement campaigns. And I'm talking specifically paid ad campaigns with Facebook, sponsor, Instagram, any of these platforms. You want to definitely create mass engagement. That's social proof. On top of that, what we focused on with him as well was creating a massive email list. See, what happens is, a lot of people, they play the short-term game when it comes to advertisement online. They just want people to buy immediately out the gate. And that's not necessarily how it works. You have to build up know, like, and trust amongst your audience. You have to build up goodwill with your audience. Yes, you will have leads and you will have sales come through in the beginning stages. I'm not saying you won't have no leads and sales coming through, but still, a lot of people don't understand the value of an email list, that a lot of those subscribers that go into your email list, it can be hundreds of thousands of them. As long as you continue to pump out valuable content to them, continue to educate them, right, continue to serve them, a lot of them will become customers even down the line if they have not already became one. Right? That's why you have to focus on list building. That's very key, and that's what we did for our client. His email list is literally close to over 2,000 subscribers now. right? Close to over 2,000 subscribers. He's getting there, right? So with that being said, you know, that's what you have to keep in mind. Now, the next thing you do, once you have the email list, right, you can scale your advertisement campaigns from your email list. That's the last step, number 5. Right? That's why it's very important to grow an email list. Because you can take your email list, load it up into the Facebook Business Manager, right? You can create what they call a custom audience. And it depends on what type of email list this is. If this is leads that have not already bought from you, then you can set up retargeting ads to retarget them with other ads to get them to eventually go buy, right? If it's a list of already customers of yours, you can also retarget them to buy other stuff from you that they have not bought, right? With ads on Facebook, Instagram as well, right? And another thing as well with this list is you can create lookalike audiences. Right? You create lookalike audiences starting off like anywhere from like 2.1 million people on Facebook, okay? And basically what will end up happening is Facebook will basically go out and put your ads in front of people that look like everyone on your email list that you just loaded up. And that's how you massively scale, right? And you literally can be getting clicks and leads and even customers for very, very cheap. Being that what? You created a lot of engagement on that, a lot of social proof on that. Right? Once you create that lookalike from that email list, meaning Facebook is going out and searching for people that look like everyone on your email list and putting the ads in front of them, as long as you got that engagement up, right, that social proof, your ads will go through the roof. Right? And that's how you massively scale ad campaigns on Facebook and even Instagram, on both. Right? That's how that works. So these are the 5 steps we use to generate, one of our clients, 1,928 leads in 7 months on the internet with this travel business, right? Like I said, we've used the same process for other industries as well. Same process. Especially for a lot of service-based businesses. Okay? The same process. Right? So do we have any questions, you all? And for any of y'all that want to go deeper, it's a link up in the post. GeraldBass.com/getmoresales. I have a case study. I go a lot more detail on this. Antonio Millhouse is in the case study with me as well. We're talking about growing your social presence and how to generate 15 to 30 qualified leads a day that convert over to paying customers and clients on the internet. Okay, I go a lot more detail. I show a lot more proof, results, case studies, success stories of people we work with, all that type of stuff. You just have to click the link up in the post, put your name and email in. You can take a look at it. It's a free training. Any questions from anybody?
So Kevin, he said yes in terms of getting value. He said soaking like a sponge.
Absolutely.
Charlotte said makes sense. She needs to build her list. And she was like, okay, the social proof helps. Absolutely.
Oh yeah, definitely helps.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Yep, that's it so far.
Cool, y'all. Cool. Well, definitely, like I say, glad you all got some value out of it. I know it's going to be some people watch the replay. I don't know how long I'm going to leave this up. I may leave it up for a while, may not sure. But at the end of the day, for y'all that did hop on, glad y'all got some value. Feel free to share this around with anyone else you feel could benefit. If you're watching the replay, you can drop any questions below. And besides that, we'll see you all on next week's Digital Talk Tuesday. This is Gerald Bass, creative founder of the Rising 1%. Have a phenomenal day on purpose.